we're recording. It's lesson 4.5, and this one's called Telling Time to the Nearest Minute. Now, in this one, this is going to take telling time to the nearest 5 minutes. We skip count by fives, and we're going to change it now. And now you've got to actually skip count to the nearest minute. Okay? A couple things you have to learn. The first thing for this lesson is, for a clock face marked in minutes, it takes 1 minute for the big hand, the minute hand, to move from one mark on the clock to the next mark. So the second thing you have to know is a time after the half hour can be read in 2 ways. For example, 10:40 and 20 minutes to 11. Thank you, David. All right, next. Every tick mark on the clock is 1 minute. You can see the arrow there pointing to one of the little tick marks. So if you take a look, you see where the 3 is, and where the 4 is. There are 5 individual little tick spaces, isn't there? That means for that clock to move, for the big hand to move from the 3 to the 4, it's going to go 5 of those tick marks. That means it's going to take 5 minutes. If you do skip counting, for the first big groups, you could finish off by counting the individual little ones. So for example, if I had the big hand move from the 12 to there, you can go 5, 10, and then count 11, 12, 13. That means it took 13 minutes, hasn't it?
Yep.
All right. So, what time is that right now? Yes, Brooke.
12:05.
It's 12:05 or 5 minutes after 12, right? Now, if I move that arm 1 tick over, what has happened here? Tiffany? It's 12:06. So what's happened is we have had this actually move 1 minute. Do you see that? So what you're going to have to do is be able to tell me this is 12:06. How do we get that? Well, it's 5, and then 1 more is 6. So you skip count by 5s to find the big numbers, or the big, large jumps, and then you finish off by counting with the little tick marks. All right? So you can see here we have 5 minutes and 1 minute, and 5 plus 1 gives us 6 minutes, just like Tiffany said. Okay, so it's 12:06, or it's 6 minutes after 12. So far, so good?
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one. What time is this one, Meg?
12:26.
Try it again. You have the right idea. Here's 20. Here's 25. So 26, 27. So you got that right. It's 12. It's 27. Or it's 27 is after 12. All right, next one. Come on, move. What time is this one, Sydney? And here's a hint. Up to there is 40. There's 4. Oops. Up to here is 40.
10:42.
So 41, 42, 10:42. That's good. Now, is there another way to tell this one besides 10:42? Haley.
42 after 10.
Okay, 42 minutes after 10. And another one, Caitlin?
17 minutes to 17 minutes to 11.
Close. Not 17. You count backwards like you did. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So you can write this one as 18 minutes before 11, or 10:42, or 42 minutes after 10. All right? So, there you go. You're right. The next one. What about this one, Ryan? Is it 6 o'clock yet? Is it pointing at the 6? No, so it can't be 6, it's gotta be, so it's 5 o'clock, yeah, so 5 what? That's right, 5:53, so you count to the 10, now you guys know any timetables, what's 10 times 5? 50, so that's another way to get there. So you can multiply by 5, so 10 times 5 is 50, and then count 51, 52, 53. So it's 10, so it's 5:53. What's another way of writing this before the hour? Ethan? How many minutes before the hour?
12.
Close, not quite. Starting here, and going backwards. 5, and how much more? 7. So 7 minutes before what?
11. Wait, 6.
Say that again?
6.
7 minutes before 6, correct. All right. There we go. So it's 5:53 or 5:53 or 7 minutes. All right. Now we take out the numbers.
Yay.
Okay. Now you're not going to have numbers around the dial. Now you have to do it without it. So Brooke, what time is this? 4:15.
No.
Close. Look at it carefully. Oh. 4:16. Here's where it is when it's at 4 o'clock, right? So how far to get from there to there? Just better think about it. 4:14, okay? Now, there's two ways of counting this up. You can start at 12 and go 5. You go 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Or, what you can do is remember that when the big hand gets to here, that's 15 minutes after, isn't it? And how many minutes short of the 15 is it? Just 1, right? So you can take the 15 and subtract 1, and you can get 14 minutes after the hour. So this one could be written as 4:14, or 14 minutes after. Okay? Let's see what the answer says. See if we're correct. Oh, look at that. You're so good.
No way.
Yes, way. Okay. Matthew. Okay. Matthew, what do you think?
7:23.
You betcha. 7:23. 23 minutes after 7 or 7:23. Okay? Let's see if he's right. Good job.
7.
All right. Cade, have I asked you a question yet? All right, Cade. What do you think?
11.
I didn't think it first. You get it?
I know it. 59.
You betcha. 11:59. Now, is there another way of saying this, Cole? 1 minute to 12, exactly. So it's 59 minutes after 11, or 11:59, or 1 minute to 12. All right, here we go. This one right here. Who haven't I asked a question? David, what do you think? What time is it?
8. 1.
8:01, 1 minute after 8. The little hand has moved only 1 minute there, hasn't it? So it's 8:01. So you could say it's 1 minute after 8 o'clock, or you could say it's 8:01. I suppose you could say it's 59 minutes before 9 o'clock, but that's kind of awkward, isn't it?
9 until 9 o'clock.
59 minutes before 9 o'clock. All right, turn the clock. Suppose it's 8:05. What time will it be in 11 minutes? 8:05, what time will it be in 11 minutes? Okay, Caitlin.
8:16.
8:16. How did you get that?
Because you just add 10 to 5 and then plus 1.
There you go. So what you're saying is that you took 8:05 and you added 11 to it, and you got 6. Okay, stop a second. It's going to blink, blink. back up, oh, my smart board stopped working. So it's 8:16. Is there another way besides adding? What? You could count up, exactly. So we're right here, and we have to get 11 minutes. So if you wanted to, you could go 5, 10, and one more. So it's going to be 8:16. Right? You had a question, you had your hand up. Okay. Let's move on then. So it's now 11 minutes, add 11 minutes, of course we just did that, so now it's 16 minutes after. Okay. Suppose it is 9:36. 9:36. What time will it be in 15 minutes? What do you think of this one? Yes, Kevin. I know, but I'm asking anyway. 15 minutes.
Wait. 9:41.
No, it's close, but you forgot something. You forgot to carry the one when you add it. So what you're doing is you're adding in your head. You can watch you adding in your head. So you're taking 9:36, right, and you're adding 15 to it. So you're right. This is a 9. What is 6 and 5? 11. And what do you do with the 10 that you have? You carry it. So 3 and 1 is
9:51.
9:51. Okay, that's one way of doing it. The second way is to count up. So we're right here. So there is 5, 10, 15. I'm doing the counts kind of like that, but if you wanted to count them all one at a time, you can do that too. Okay? So did we do it right? Let's check what the book says. It's now 51 minutes after, we're 9:51. What time is it now? Yeah, you guys got it all figured out, don't you? All right, page 140, 1 to 5.